What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for new coaches, content creators, and entrepreneurs. Now, if you've noticed that the background is slightly different, that's because we are in a totally different location. We're currently in Phuket, Thailand, but that doesn't stop the videos from coming to you guys every single Sunday. Now, in today's video, I really want to address a topic that I notice has been annoying a lot of people, and that is feeling like the quality of followers on your Instagram account aren't necessarily really at the level that you want them to be at. For example, how many of you guys have followers that sure are there on your account, but never really engage with your content or don't actually make really great prospects for your business? If you found yourself in this situation where you're not necessarily happy with the quality of followers that you have, then this video is going to be perfect for you. But before we dive into the video, I want to shout out the comment of the week. Thank you so much for leaving a comment on my previous video. It truly means a lot to me. If you want to be featured in my next video, make sure you do leave a comment in this video below. Now, with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. Now, the first tip that I have for you is kind of a no-brainer because I have been preaching this to the choir for a very long time on my channel. But for those who are new, or maybe this is your first video that you've ever seen from me, one of the biggest tips that I have for people who are trying to grow organically on Instagram and also trying to get sales from Instagram is to not buy your followers or do any sort of automation such as follow, unfollow. Nowadays, these are tactics that are very, very annoying and also don't really yield long-term results. Yes, you might get the vanity metrics that you're looking for, but in terms of engagement, in terms of quality followers, in terms of people who are actually going to buy your services later on and make you money in your business, that is more likely not going to happen when you are choosing to automate the process of collecting followers into your account. Time and time again, what I see happening a lot is people messaging me privately saying, "Oh my goodness, Vanessa, I regret so much spending all this money automating my account, doing follow, unfollow, and buying all these followers because now I have to buy my comments and I have to buy my likes. Otherwise, there's a huge disconnect between the amount of followers I have and the amount of engagement that I have." That's why if you want to avoid this really poor choice in investment, then you need to make sure that you're avoiding this mistake at all costs. Now, obviously, the pros of actually automating your account and buying followers, yes, maybe getting those vanity metrics can help you build this sense of authority. And maybe people, when they see your account, they're like, wow, because this person has a lot of followers, that must mean that they know what they're doing in their business or something. But I assure you, when it comes down to sales, which to me is the only metric that I believe is the most important when you're evaluating the success of your business, it's not really going to happen in that sense. So that's why my #1 tip for you is to make sure that you are avoiding automation on your accounts and you're also using apps that are Instagram/Facebook approved. And I'm going to actually share my screen right now and show you guys some of the apps that you need to look at that are actually approved by Facebook and Instagram, which make them safe to use for your accounts.
Hey guys, so right now we are on Facebook's partner directory, and just so that you guys know, Facebook owns Instagram, so a lot of these apps are going to apply to Instagram as well. You can really see the different type of categories that exist, but specifically for Instagram, most of the apps that you're going to be using is going to be under community management. So for example, once you hit this tab, you're going to see a lot of the scheduling apps here, for example, like Buffer, or Later, which is what I recommend, Hootsuite, all these different apps here. So before you choose or before you trust a platform for any type of automation, scheduling, or whatnot, make sure you do check over on the partner directory to ensure that you're using an app that is already approved.
Now, moving on to the second tip that I have for you when it comes to attracting and making sure that your followers are actually of quality is to make sure that you are crystal clear to Instagram about what your account is all about. Now, in a moment, I'm going to share with you some specific activities that you can do within your account to make sure that Instagram can really string all the pieces together to ensure that Instagram understands what category that you belong to or what type of account that you have. But before I share those activities, I really want to explain to you why this is important. If Instagram itself as the algorithm doesn't really understand what category your account fits into, what type of account that you have, it's going to be really hard for them to suggest your account to new followers or show your content to your followers that are interested in the same topics that you're posting about. That's why making sure that you're consistent consistent and that it's super clear about what your account is, it's going to be really helpful for you to attract those specific followers that are interested in what you actually have to offer. Which is why the first activity that I want to recommend to you in order for Instagram to be crystal clear about what type of account that you have, in order to push you in front of the followers that you want to attract, is to make sure that you do have keywords and key phrases embedded into your content, embedded into your Instagram bio, and all of that. And by the way, if you need help on creating that perfect Instagram bio, make sure you check out this video that I have right here as well. But anyways, you need to realize that with Instagram or any type of platform, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, at the end of the day, it's basically a big robot. And what that robot is doing is that it's analyzing all of the content that's on the platform. It's reading the text, it's reading the images, it's reading the videos. And therefore, if you don't have specific keywords or specific phrases that really hint to Instagram, oh, this account is a cat account, or this account is an entrepreneur account, or this account is a makeup account, then it's going to be really hard for Instagram to identify what type of account that you have. That's why you want to make sure that you are embedding those keywords and key phrases into your account. And again, make sure you check out this video right here all about how to create your bio to at least set you on the right foot. Another activity that you can consider doing when it comes to making sure that Instagram has a better idea of what type of account that you have is to simply be more consistent with the type of content that you're producing. Imagine if you are a cat account, let's say, but on some days you post about cats, then the next day you post about your fitness routine, and then after you post about your dog, and then you post about, I don't know, bodybuilding, and then you post about recipes. It's going to be really hard for Instagram to understand what type of account that you even have, let alone your own followers understanding what type of content that you have. Beyond just Instagram and its algorithm, you also want to make sure that your followers or your potential followers or anyone that's visiting your account is clear of what type of niche that you belong to. For example, if I see someone's account and they're posting random things, I don't really have a reason for me to follow them. Versus if they're always posting these amazing makeup looks or something like that, then I'm more inclined to follow them if that's what I'm interested in. That's why you do want to make sure that you are consistent with the type of content that you are producing. Now, moving on to the next strategy that I have for you when it comes to attracting the followers that you want to have on your account is this, and that is engaging with the people you want in your community. Now, obviously this sounds like a no-brainer, but I really want to share this method in action by one of my students from the Bossgram Academy, Nikayla. Now, Nikayla, and I'll show a screenshot right here, posted a really thought-provoking, amazing comment on my post, and look at what happened. She ended up getting so many likes from my own followers on that post, and I have a feeling those people probably ended up following her on her account. Maybe not every single person, but I have a feeling a good percentage of people probably converted from that amazing comment that she posted. That's why community engagement works, and when you do it right, you can see amazing results for your account. That's why you really want to make sure that you are spending the time and investing the time to engage with the accounts that you know have the followers that you also want to attract, or engaging with content of the followers that you want to have on your account, and all of that. These are really important tasks that you need to do on your Instagram account if you want to attract quality followers. If you do not ask, you do not receive. If you do not give, you do not get. And the same thing applies to social media and succeeding in a way that is organic and has integrity. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to go buck wild and start going on your competitors' posts and posting random comments that don't mean anything and that clearly show that you didn't even read the caption or that you don't even care about that person, because when you do that, there's a very high chance that anyone in your industry can sniff that out and likely block you or leave a bad taste in their mouth. And so that's why the reason why I used my own student, Nikayla, as an example is because she did it in such a classy way where she left a thought-provoking comment that really benefited me and made me happy when I read it. And it also benefited other people because other people read it and really resonated with it. And it also benefited herself because now with that comment alone, she likely attracted a lot of people who felt the same way and who resonate with her content. That's why at the end of the day, when it does come to community engagement, you gotta make sure that you're doing it with the right intentions and that you are spending and investing that time and energy to cultivate an actual community and not doing it in a very gimmicky and slimy way that actually a lot of people can sniff out from a whole mile away. Now, so so far in this video, we talked a little bit about why automation and doing follow and follow and buying followers can hurt your chances of actually getting quality followers. But we also talked about making sure that number one, you are very clear about what your account actually is so that when your followers go to your account, they understand what you're offering. Not only this, we also talked about making sure that you are consistent with the type of content that you produce in order to convert those followers and so that they understand exactly what they can expect from your account when it comes to content. And lastly, we also talked about community engagement and the importance of targeting the specific accounts and specific content pieces that you know the type of followers that you want to attract are also engaging with as well. And when you incorporate these three elements, it's definitely going to increase the chances of not only someone following you, but also increasing the chances that that person is actually someone that you want to attract onto your account. Now, all in all, having quality followers is important not only to maintain healthy engagement levels on your account, but also to make sure that you're getting quality prospects into your business so that you can convert them into paying clients. That's why if you're interested to learn more about my entire process of how to turn your followers into clients, make sure you download my free blueprint right over here. I'll leave the link in the comment section below. Beyond that, you can also get more content from me when it comes to turning your followers into clients by requesting access to my free private Facebook group, Turn Your Followers into Clients. Last but not least, make sure you also hit the notification bell to make sure that you don't miss the next video as well. As always, guys, I appreciate you. I hope you guys have a great day, a great week, and a great life, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.